V Bunny.
V Bunny. And so I was just doing something like, bunny, 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 can't you see? V Bunny just flew past me. I'm being dumb. You know what really resonated with me was that idea of your true self. I mean, really trying to be honest with yourself about who your true self is.
That's hard. That is, I appreciate, anyone who is their true self. Mm-hmm. And I think everyone is, maybe not like 1,000% of the time.
I don't think everyone is. I think far from it. I think so many people put on a facade.
I take that back. I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah. And especially think of like social media as another example too. Look at how everyone portrays their amazing lives on Instagram, and you scroll down their feed, but in reality,
I don't know what the heck I was saying.
I called you out. You weren't being your true self.
I think you're right. I wasn't maybe listening properly.
What? That's a whole other conversation.
Yeah. No, I don't think that like if you're not your true self, like right in this moment that you never are. Like I think we ebb and flow between who we really are and like who we're trying to be or who we're trying to portray.
Mm-hmm. I think, when I was younger, I mean, there were times, everybody wants to be liked by the cool kids or be able to hang out with them. Well, maybe everyone who doesn't hang out with the quote unquote cool kids are the cool kids. Does that make sense? But when I was younger, I do remember they were sort of like the skaters and that group. And I remember
the skaters were the cool kids.
They were the cool kids.
Are the cool kids.
Yeah. And so I remember wanting to kind of hang out a little bit with them, but then we got into karate when we were young. And I think karate instills a sense of discipline and confidence. And as I started to get a little bit older, I realized I don't need to hang out with them to have fun and feel like I don't need to feel acceptance from them. And so I think that sort of built our own self-confidence a little bit in our own group. So
your own identity? Yeah,
a bit of our own identity.
Why did you think the skater kids were the cool kids?
Because I think they said they were the cool kids all the time. So I don't know. And
well, that's one way of doing it. Just declare that you are cool and you're cool.
I think there you go. So I did learn something from them. But so I think that helped me move into being my true self and being honest with myself. I don't have to be with them to be happy. How about you growing up? Did you ever put on a certain way of talking or a certain way you dressed or certain things you did just to try and portray something you wanted to be?
I remember coming back from a summer in Michigan and I spent with my family there and I came back with an accent.
What?
I don't know if it was put on or if like...
What accent?
I don't know, like a Michigan...
English?
No. Oh. What?
Hello, I'm Beck. No. Beck from Michigan.
Yeah, I don't know if I actually like soaked it up and like was naturally.
How long were you there?
2 months.
But I want to hear your accent. And did you keep it very long?
No, because my sisters made fun of me. Like, why are you talking like that? And so I don't remember all of the quirks of it, but I do remember saying like, oh, can you pass me those chapsticks? Chapsticks or what was another word that was very obviously like.
Well, it's like us moving to the U.S. though, because there's so many Canadianisms that we had from being in Canada, and people will still call it out. But I've lost most of that.
That's BS. I never want to lose my Canadianisms.
No, I secretly speak in Canadian when I'm alone at home.
That's crazy.
In my house. No dude about it.
Okay, sorry. Let's move on.
Nice. No, that is what I love about you is no matter what situation you're in, you really are that same you. And I think that's why some people gravitate towards you.
It's such a weird question because I think people are and should be allowed to be different around different people and different situations. So I don't know. I don't want to judge people to say like, oh, well, I saw them at this party and they were this way. And I saw them again at in another situation and they were like, totally different. Like that's just part of yourself. So I don't know.
Well, I guess we're complex people too. I mean, like you're saying, we all have different parts of our personalities. It's not like we are only one way of being, and it depends too. Like some up days or down days can change our moods. But I want to talk about something that has happened here, and this could have old Drew. I think younger Drew would have gotten angry, but I didn't get angry because my new true self is more calm.
We were almost late for our interview with Randy
because we got a flat tire, but anybody can get a flat tire. That's lame.
Yeah.
Just getting one flat tire.
We got two flat
tires
tires
within 24 hours. We just went in. We had to replace the wheel because they couldn't even fix it. There was a nail in the tire, and then we're hours later driving, and sure enough, something on the road. I can't even tell what it was. It looked like a rock or a big shard of metal.
It sounded like a shard of metal. It sounded like in cartoons when there's like a metal spring, like.
Yeah, boing, and then the tire. It shredded the tire, and so there we are, sitting on the side of the highway.
We were singing a song because we like to read license plates and just like make up stupid songs.
So the car that like flew past us in the fast lane, their license plate was
V Bunny, and so I was just doing something like bunny, bunny, bunny. Can't you see? V Bunny just flew past me. I'm being dumb. And then right then, as he flew past, I look in front of me, and then on the road in front of us was this rock or metal or whatever it was, and didn't have time to maneuver around it. And there we go. The moral of the story is that Drew did not freak out, right?
Yeah, because young me, I probably would have like sworn, and I would be like, "God, blah, 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 blah." But then I was thinking about, I'm like, there's nothing we can do about it. We got two flat tires in less than 24 hours, and it's going to have to be dealt with, and then we'll move on. So we did.
There are worse things that could have happened. Yeah. So good job, Drew, for not freaking out.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this week.
Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy our videos. Also hit that notification bell. New episodes every week. And full-length podcast is available wherever you get your podcast. The link is below.
You scared me when you said full-length podcast.
Full podcast.
And be sure to follow us on socials. We are at home.
At home. By the way, notice our new fancy background. I'm going to start hiding things, and you guys are going to have to figure out what it is I hide.
Ooh, like Easter eggs.
It is.
Are you going to hide chocolate? I feel like if we hide chocolate, we're going to forget about it.
It's going to melt.
And then we're going to find melted
chocolate. And then I'll just have to lick it off the shelf.
And I'll just lick it off
the
shelf.
And then I'll do little Linda and Drew Elf on the Shelf with chocolate.
Oh, yeah. It can just be chocolates.
I'm going to go look to see if I put some chocolate in there now.